The era of blind hype is over. For over a decade, the MCU has treated the strongest Avenger like a mascot, a sweater-wearing, dabbing caricature that prioritizes gags over the brutal, tragic source material. But the lone wolf era of storytelling is back. With the multiverse resetting after Secret Wars, the chains are off. If Marvel wants to salvage their most wasted asset, they need to stop looking at focus groups and start looking at the ink. Today, I'm auditing the Hulk stories that I think would make awesome movies.
Hulk out!
Bruce.
Damn!
Bruce.
Listen to your mom. She knows better.
About what we were saying.
Before we dive into the lore, we have to address the tactical stalemate. Why haven't we had a solo Hulk film since 2008? Because Universal Pictures has held the distribution rights to solo Hulk films hostage. While rumors swirled in June 2023 that these rights finally reverted to Disney, let's check the source. That deal has never been officially proven. We are in a state of tactical silence. Now, these are just stories I'd personally love to see in live action. Whether or not they actually get made is up to Universal. So what happens to a universe after a multiversal collapse? We think Secret Wars is the great reset, the ultimate chance for Marvel to prune the comedy and regrow the horror. This video is part of our new series where we audit major Marvel characters and the definitive stories they deserve in this new timeline. You can check out the one I made for the X-Men. But as always, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I'll appreciate it if you turned on notifications to be notified about my latest video. Now, where were we?
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Now, we know that after Avengers Secret Wars, the MCU will have a small reboot of sorts. And with this, we'll get characters like Iron Man, Captain America, and Black Panther back in the universe being played by different actors. So I'm sure that'll include getting younger actors for characters like Bruce Banner, Hawkeye, and so on. Characters will be getting new storylines and a shared universe. These are the three Hulk storylines I'd love to see adapted in live action. The recovery begins with Hulk Gray. Forget a standard origin story. We need a year one noir tragedy inspired by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Imagine a film framed by Bruce Banner in a therapy session, narrating the toll those early days took on his soul. The story takes us back to ground zero. After the blast, Bruce tells Rick Jones the hard truth. I saved your life, but it ruined mine. But ask yourself, how can a man carry that much radiation and stay human? The transformation isn't a spectacle, it's a horror movie. We see a gray Hulk emerge, devious and fueled by repressed trauma. The epic moment? A rampage that draws in a young Tony Stark in his Mark I gold armor. It fits the MCU continuity perfectly, establishing that the Hulk's iconic green skin was an evolution of his rage, not a starting point. Next, we correct the robbery that was Thor Ragnarok. Yes! Comic fans know that while that movie was fun, it was a tactical failure as an adaptation. Now, don't get me wrong, that movie had good intentions, but it completely ruined what to a lot is considered the greatest Hulk storyline and one of the greatest comic book events in history of comic books. They turned it into cannon fodder for a Thor movie.
You're Banner's friend.
I'm not Banner's friend, I prefer you.
Banner's friend.
I don't even like Banner. I'm into numbers and science and stuff.
With a story like that, you either do it fully or not do it at all. In the true story of Planet Hulk, the Illuminati, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, and Black Bolt, deem Hulk too dangerous and trick him into exile. This isn't a comedy detour, it's a death sentence. Hulk crashes on the savage world of Sakaar, enslaved by an obedience disc and forced into gladiatorial combat for the Red King. He forges the war-bound pact in blood, rising from slave to the Green Scar, eventually taking the throne and finding peace with his queen, Kyera. For the first time, he is happy. But what happens when Earth's mightiest heroes become the architects of your destruction? The ship the Illuminati sent explodes, killing millions and his ladylove. The hero dies, and the Worldbreaker is born. The trilogy concludes with the inevitable consequence of betrayal: World War Hulk. This is the one I'd love to see the most. Not only will the emotional beats of the story be amazing, but the fight scenes would be one of the most epic you'd ever see in a Marvel movie. Walk with me. Now, Hulk doesn't come back for an apology. He comes for a reckoning. Hulk returns to Earth as a general. He stops at the moon first to face Black Bolt. When the King of the Inhumans releases a city-leveling yell, Hulk steps through the shockwave and delivers the line, "I didn't come for a whisper. I came for a scream." He completely annihilates Black Bolt. He hits New York and systematically dismantles the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four with his army. Tony's newest Hulkbuster is turned to scrap. Even Doctor Strange, pushing into demonic magic, can't stop him. Here, we'll get to see the greatest fight of all time, a clash of gods. Hulk versus the Sentry. Two absolute powerhouses going at each other. They trade blows until their energy output burns out their own powers, reverting them to two broken men standing in the rubble. But the final twist is the ultimate tragedy. Meek reveals he let the ship explode to keep the Hulk a monster. Bruce isn't defeated by a satellite strike. He's stopped by the weight of the betrayal. Now, you can't tell me that doesn't sound like the greatest movie of all time. Now, those three are the foundation, the stories that need to happen to fix the character. But there are a couple of other gems I'd love to see. Stories I'm not going to lose sleep over if they miss the cut, but they'd add that extra layer of gold standard lore to the MCU. First, let's talk about Hulk versus Wolverine. Historically, Logan's first appearance was in Incredible Hulk number 181, sent by the Canadian government to take down the Beast. If Marvel wants to introduce the X-Men with impact, you don't do it in a boardroom. You do it in the wilderness of the Great White North. Imagine a feral, tactical hunt, where Wolverine is the only one brave, or stupid, enough to try and gut the Hulk. It's pure fan service, but it establishes the power levels of the New Mutant era perfectly. Then there's the emotional heartbeat. Dear Betty, always on my mind. This isn't a world-ending epic. It's a series of letters Bruce writes to Betty Ross while he's on the run. It captures the isolation of the character, the man who loves someone so much he has to stay dead to keep her safe. It's a quiet, heartbreaking breakdown of the man inside the monster. If Marvel wants to prove they still care about the human in Superhuman, this is the story that does it.
I can't get too excited. Not even a little excited. It's okay.
Finally, we have the ultimate dark future, Maestro Hulk. From the classic Future Imperfect storyline, this is what happens when you combine the Hulk's infinite strength with Bruce Banner's genius and a centuries-long descent into madness. In a post-nuclear wasteland, a tyrannical Hulk rules the world as Maestro, wearing the trophies of fallen Avengers as his jewelry. It's the ultimate warning of what a smart Hulk becomes when he stops caring about humanity. Marvel already have the blueprint. The only question is, are they brave enough to let the Hulk be a monster again? How did you feel about the Ragnarok version of Planet Hulk? We are auditing most of the Marvel roster in this series, so if you want to see the stories that actually respect the source, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications immediately so you don't miss out. Don't forget to drop your take in the comments. Do you want the Worldbreaker, or are you happy with the dabbing Hulk in a sweater? As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.